Hi, Gareth.
Hi.
Welcome to Luisa.
Thank you.
How do you like the store?
It's beautiful. I mean, I've been to Florence a few times before and I've always gone past, but I've never had the opportunity to go in. So, yeah, it's very nice to come and see it.
Cool. Well, we recently had an event for fashion bloggers. I wanted to know how important you thought fashion blogs were for, like, fashion, the industry, how they're helping. What do you think the importance of fashion bloggers is, basically?
I think it's fashion today with the we have to be very aware of the kind of world in which we live, and it's very much about immediate kind of access to information, and there's a big kind of hunger for new information, and I definitely think that kind of blogs and bloggers kind of serve that purpose to kind of really get information out there quickly, because it's kind of a lot of blogs that I see are very personal, and they have their own style, and it's kind of presented in such a way, but sort of like a magazine format, but a lot more loose than that. So it's about kind of getting things out immediately, because obviously people want to see things sometimes before they've even happened, which has kind of been the case that I've found a few times. But so obviously that's impossible. But as soon as something happens, people want to see it. So that's kind of the purpose they serve, and they serve it very well. So
Video has become a really important medium in fashion. Where do you see the future of video in fashion? How do you see its use in fashion?
Someone like say Nick Knight at Show Studio has been pushing video for fashion film, especially for a long time now, and I think people are just really beginning to appreciate its worth and its value as a medium on its own. It's not now kind of just seen as an extra. It's also, it's valid in its own right, I think, especially things now with the iPad, magazines who are going digital, for example, don't just want stills, they also want films that move and can kind of express a little bit more with this new media than kind of a still format. So it's, I think with regards to fashion film, we're certainly just witnessing sort of, I suppose, the tip of an iceberg. I think when I first did a fashion film, people were kind of saying, but it's just like an extended perfume ad for my clothes. But it's kind of it's more than that. It's very different to photography. It's kind of like a new art form, I suppose. But it's not like kind of, I wouldn't ever say it was art. It's about communicating ideas, as a fashion show is, and it's at the end of the day it's about selling clothes or a dream or something. But I think it's not necessarily being harnessed, because there's a lot of designers who want to introduce something live or something digital or accessible with the show. So you see a lot of designers live streaming a show. I think it needs to be more than that. It needs to be more of an event. It needs to be something beautiful, and actually just watching a live stream of a show, it's just like watching a catwalk video on style.com. It's not, the only thing is that it's live, and it needs to be something more than that, I think. So, I think it's good that people are testing new ground and discovering what does and doesn't work, but I think it'll be a while before fashion film's really accepted, both as a media and also people understand really how to harness it,
We just did our site in Chinese, and I know that your first boutique opened in Hong Kong,
yes,
which has all this amazing graphic and video, and the rubber tiles that I heard about. We wanted to know how important you thought the Chinese market was. Obviously, opening a store there is speaking about your custom, and how important to you is the emerging Chinese market?
Well, I mean, incredibly important. We do very, very well there, and like you say, I just last summer opened my first standalone shop, which is kind of quite weird and amazing.
How's it going?
It's going well. I mean, I opened it with the company over there, IT, who have shops with Margiela and Calm and Dimmelmeister. So it's kind of really a great company, and it's like great company for me to be in, and obviously it's an honour, and I think my stuff translates very well there, because I was speaking to Michelle Lamy, who's Rick Owens' wife, and she helps me out a lot, and she was trying to think why China or Hong Kong specifically was important for me, but those kind of women who like to dress differently but in a very kind of slick way. It's kind of like for want of a better word, like a polished punk. But something very interesting, but something that has also got a very experimental, but also with a very definite edge of kind of sophistication. And I think little by little, that's kind of what I feel like I do well. So yeah, I mean, it's a huge market in China, and people really do, like you just said, you did your site in Chinese.
Yeah.
People really seem to be catering for the Chinese market because it's doing really well, and it's like any designer. I think China's very important for me. So
great. Well, thank you so much for your time.